Those of you who brought your laptops, I think the IT teachers were told to bring, they may please use their laptops as well. But to make the process easier, I have printed all the QR codes on the paper which has been shared with you, the handout, so that your mobile can catch that if this distance is too long for you. So you have everything on that paper and on that mobile so that learning should really happen. That is the intent. So there are about 25 questions. I'll be quiet for 2 minutes so that you all can introspect and answer them. You can do it on your phone as well. How many of you are able to scan the QR code? Wonderful. That's really nice. So just attempt it. It's on Likert scale, 5 being the highest satisfaction and 1 is the minimum. Strongly agree it is 5.
हेलो सर, एडमिट करते रहो ना सर।
This is what the self-assessment survey looks like. Readiness for digital transformation in schools. Strongly disagree is 1 and strongly agree is 5. First section is on using digital tools. You have to assess yourself. It will not be submitted anywhere. So do not worry that someone will, will be judging you. So you just have to do it for your own self. Adapting to new teaching methods, moving on to future digital tools. And section 4 is growing and learning as a teacher. And section 5 is confidence and responsibility. So you will be getting some score. Right? Now, how many of you have been able to get the overall score? Shall we move on? Okay, very few. Right, so the link is with you. You can do it later as well. So if you are scoring anywhere between 90 to 125, then that means you are ready for digital transformation. And if you are scoring somewhere between 60 to 89, so if you're doing it manually on paper, you will have to add all the points. Whereas if you're doing it on your phones, the total points will come. There is some notification.
मैम ओके, लेटर कर दीजिए उसको।
Post what?
लेटर पे क्लिक कर दीजिए मैम, लेटर लेटर बस।
So between 80 to 80, 60 to 89, you are somewhat ready, but could improve with training, and 60 you may need more learning. So it's perfectly all right. If score is good as long as you're able to self-assess yourself. And then you need to think about what are you good at already, what are the things that you need to work on, and then what are the training or what you need. And in this era, if you are able to assess what are your learning needs, what are the needs that you want to equip yourself with, you will be able to find a way. Because it's not that physically you have to travel at times, but many learning programs are available online as well. It's the willingness of mind which is required. Moving ahead. Moving ahead, I would like to just tell you that the next thing on the agenda is would like to tell you what is the meaning of the word digital transformation. So, is it that one would like to answer what do you mean by digital transformation? What does it mean? What is it that will we become digital? Will we stop being human? Will we represented by a digit? What would digital transformation mean? Using more of technology, okay? Anyone else? Anyone would like to elaborate on it? Okay, now it's moving. Sorry?
A chalkboard, a desk, the homework.
Right. So now I'll just like to tell you what exactly digital transformation, you were absolutely right. It means in the education, the process of using technology to improve teaching and learning. Nowhere the teachers can be replaced by anything, I mean, if you want to say technology or AI, it involves basically integrating the digital tools to make the learning more happening, to make the learning actually the child should be able to have more retention of the concept. So we do that by engaging child's mindfully using digital tools. All right. So I would like you all to see this video and we'll be having a little discussion on it. Volume, yeah.
A chalkboard, a desk, the homework, the books. The day begins and ends when the bells ring. For centuries now, this has defined what all of us think about school. We have come to believe that this is the one way that students will learn. And with that belief, we have taught all of our students in pretty much the exact same way. But the world has changed, and what it means to be ready to succeed in the future has also changed. That means our model of learning must change. It's happening now, and it needs to happen even more. In more places, for all students, especially for those for whom the current system isn't working. There is strong data that shows we need to rethink learning. Like remodeling a house, we're not just adding a new coat of paint, we're updating the outdated parts and making it more modern and efficient, strengthening what works and fixing what doesn't. Gone are the days when some students can excel and others just get by. Our society needs all kids to excel at high levels. And to make this happen, we need to engage our students like never before. This is student-centered learning. It incorporates a student's skills and interests into the learning process, making the experience more personalized and involving the student in his or her own future. What makes this work? There are 4 key principles of student-centered learning. Number 1, learning is personalized. Personalized learning happens when teachers know students, have strong relationships with them, and can meet students where they are in their development. Number 2, learning is competency-based. Learning is about the information and skills a student has mastered, not just moving through a curriculum. In a competency-based system, students can proceed at their own pace in every subject, enabling teachers to respond to individual needs, interests, and challenges. Number 3, learning happens anytime, anywhere. Students will often make important discoveries about themselves and the world around them when they learn beyond the traditional school day and outside the traditional school walls. Learning doesn't start and stop when the bells ring. And number 4, the last key to student-centered learning is students take ownership. Don't make a decision about students without students. They play a direct role in their own success. actively engaging with the process to ensure the impact is lasting and meaningful. For student-centered learning to work, all 4 of these principles must work together. This is not an a la carte approach. It's reimagining education so it works for all students. The fact is, our world is changing. And with the latest in child development research, we know better than ever before how children and young adults learn. The facts are there, and they point to the need for a new system of learning designed around each student. And when the student becomes stronger and more focused, all of us will benefit from a new generation that is contributing to our communities and our world in so many ways. This is student-centered learning.
So what was just now
A
told in the
chalkboard.
video is nothing really very new. So we'd like to hear it from you, those 4 principles or any reflection that you have after listening and seeing and watching this video. What is it that you could think of that we are already at it at Amity? Were you able to draw any parallels between your classroom and what you saw on the screen? Yeah. Student is the center of learning. Student-centered learning. Brilliant. Very good. Anyone else? Competency-based learning. Can I hear from you that how's a primary school doing competency-based learning? Yeah. Yes. Competency-based learning. So the word competency includes 3 things. The first being knowledge, the second is the skill, and the third is attitude. So a merging of all 3 things makes the word competency. And when we say competency-based learning, we are trying to inculcate in them the 6 C's that you already on everyday basis you are doing that. So how do we do competency-based learning in primary school? You're doing open-ended questions? Yes? You're making the children come up with their own innovative new answers. You're doing learning accelerator, wherein you're letting the child read and you're doing reading programs with them. What else? And portfolio making, brilliant. That is, we are saving students' work in the form of a portfolio. What else was said in the video? What do you understand by the word personalized learning? How are we doing personalized learning at Amity? Yes? Collaborative learning is when the children learn in groups, right? So they sit in group and they learn. The teacher makes groups at different criterias, and then they learn in groups. How do we do personalized learning? Individualized learning, right? One-to-one learning, right? So at times in a classroom with 30 to 35 children, it becomes difficult to organize one-to-one sessions. So this is where the technology can come in and it can help us, help the teachers. What about accelerated learning? Can learning happen anywhere, anytime? Yes. Does learning does the school of today have borders? Do we have borders now? Can you
टेस्टी
learn
है
from? Yes.
कल स्कूल में ले जाऊंगी तेरे लिए
I could
ये रुचि
hear.
मैं म्यूट कर दूं?
On thing, on.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, can you speak again? Are they participating or they're?
रुचिका सुचदेव.
Ruchika ma'am.
All right, fine. So why does the education sphere need digital transformation moving ahead? Why do we think that we need transformation? We need transformation because why? Students need to be, yeah. Correct. Very good. Perfect. Now, I would like all of you to close your eyes for 15 seconds with me. Please close your eyes, all of you. We are starting the day today when there is no internet in the house. The morning milk submission at the door, the complete layout plan which your friends used to discuss with you is not there. It's time to leave for work. You are not sure whether you will be able to make it or not because your friend used to earlier send a message and there is no internet today on phone, on laptop. There is no internet when you reach school. There is no internet when you come back home. There is no internet. Now, all of you, please open your eyes and tell me, what is it that you will miss when there is no internet? Connecting with the people, right? Communicating and connecting with the people will, and those of you who have got folks living abroad, it will become all the more difficult within India, within the day routine. What else you will miss if there is no internet? We'll be groping in the dark. That's a good answer. Okay. So therefore, we are really dependent on internet for so many things, right? So if you have so many apps, I think most of you are ordering vegetables, groceries on Blinkit or Zomato and different other things. So you need to travel just to go to the nearby shop to pick up one small thing. So improve student engagement, motivation, personalized and adaptive learning frameworks, having some kind of preparations so that you could make your classroom more interesting. Keep dealing with the children who are the natives of this digital era, where you and I would be probably near, the migrants, but the children are the natives. To sensitize them, to make them happy, to inbuild that curiosity factor. Do we really need technology? That's my question. You just had hands-on learning session in the morning, and some of these hands-on learning activities are connected with internet, some are not. But our day-to-day routine, we are able to do more these days because we have technology. So what is the role of technology transformation? So one is that we are using a lot of AR, VR technologies, that blockchain technology. Manisha, which just raises this VR instrument is here. So we have one of them in the laboratories of tomorrow. In our schools also, we will be getting this kind of a handset where the child will be connected, will be able to visualize and watch a desert, will be able to reach the poles, Arctic, Antarctic, and go to, different extreme environment areas. And children can really feel themselves over there. So this AR, VR technologies are going to stay. There are personalized learning paths which you can make for individual child. You go into the class and you teach 30 children. What if you will to give personalized plan to one child? They can be engagement with the interaction with the child, and you could be doing the peer learning and collaboration as some people. The teacher's professional development, which is so important, that new education policy has come in, new curriculum framework has come in. How many of you have heard of Jadui Pitara? That is the term that CBSE is using again and again, that every classroom should have a Jadui Pitara. Though we are doing it in different forms, but it should have lots of toys and different kinds of stimulations for children so that they are excited. There are blended learning models as we are having right now. We are following the blended learning. Our schools in Lucknow as well as other places, they all have joined in. Therefore, if you see policy, what it clearly says, it says with scientific and technological advance such as the rise of big data, machine learning and artificial intelligence, many unskilled jobs may be taken over by machines. Can you name one job which has become redundant over the last 10 years in front of your eyes? And we don't have people doing that particular job now. Postman. Poor postman was the most loved child in classes nursery and grade one when we used to have people who work for us, postman with this uniform. So we see that all we are doing with the technology. There'll be so many other things as well. So as per NEP, we need skilled labor force, we need skilled people. So therefore, we need to learn how to learn. The learning objectives for today are to cover skill building towards global competence through self-assessment, which you have done already, introduce different digital platforms, illustrate AI tools, use of technology in lesson planning. We will be making lesson plans with the help of artificial intelligence today, conceptualize apparent hurdles in technology integration and formulate the solutions. So I feel you all will be able to identify the gaps that you see in teaching and learning. You'll be able to enhance the collaboration and communication digital platforms. Most of the things you're already doing, a few brush ups here and there, and a few new things. Design interactive and technology enhanced lesson plans by integrating AI tools in teaching learning. Demonstrate the effective use of technology and assessments and feedback and create a roadmap for successful technology integration. So these are just the learning outcomes and we hope. Now, look at this figure. Can you interpret this image? Can anyone tell me what are we trying to show in this? The transformation. All right. They go hand in hand. Can we look at it another way? That's right. That's not wrong. Holding hands. Who's holding hands with whom? Technology and the human beings. So we are shaking hands with machines so that we could use them, we could supervise them and make them work for us so that they could increase our efficiency. So this kind of collaboration with machines that we are going to do is certainly going to help us.
We are under no illusion that technology alone is the answer to transforming education. Dedicated administrators, great teachers, motivated students, and involved parents and communities are the ones changing education. And technology is merely a tool to empower their creativity and their ingenuity. It is this opportunity that motivates our work in education and everything you'll see today.
So you identify this person, Satya Nadella.
We are under no illusion.
Right? Now, coming to the 5 major points that we're going to study today. One is how are we going to integrate technology to make student learning better? How are we going to make curriculum planning using AI? How are we going to do better with hybrid teaching and learning, professional development of teachers, assessments and evaluation? So these are the 5 areas on which we will be discussing. So how technology improves student learning? As you know, there is a lot of curriculum which we are getting in chunks, right? How are you people using technology in curriculum mapping? Please give me answers. You've heard the word curriculum mapping. There is something that your coordinator or HM or VP shares with you. Based on that, you further make your plans. So how is it shared with you? Through OneDrive. Okay. What else? How is the feedback taken from you? Through MS Forms or Google Forms, right? And how are we making project-based learning? I think you all are doing integrated PBLs, right? How are we using this method in our classrooms? Are we using technology? Yes, we are already using technology. Fine. So that's why we feel that we are already doing everything but probably we need to do things better. If we look at the student learning side, okay, we'll be talking about personalized learning, engagement, collaboration, social skills, multi-sensory learning, and 21st century skills. Now I'll be going on these one by one. There are some demos I'll be doing, and I'll be asking you to perform some little tiny tasks. So I request you all to be hands-on. Keep your mobiles in your hands. The first thing is personalized learning. Okay, so here, personalized learning, it leverages technology to personalize education experiences. There is, you can see one QR code here. It adapts to students' abilities, it provides support to the area of struggle. Okay, so if you have many children in your class and all of them have different aptitude, you would really want individualized plan to be given to a child, right? Like how we do in our school, where we are using multiple intelligences. Okay, is there any teacher in 3, 4, and 5 from 46 who can stand up and tell how multiple intelligences personalized learning plans are made? So we do a test wherein we map what are the levels of 8 intelligences. Based on that, we identify 2 dominant and 2 dormant, which is low intelligence. And then that particular child is given reinforcement in those areas where the child's intelligence is low. This is called as a personalized learning plan. Similarly, in your classroom, if you find a child is sharp in mathematics but not able to do well in language, then there has to be a reading plan specially made for the child. Now, here I present before you Duolingo, which is, I think, many of you would be knowing, at least I think most of the IT teachers would have read about it, if not the others. So I would like you people to download this on your phone, and I would like all of you to learn a new language, which is not at all difficult. So you have the QR code also on the hard copy, which is given to you. You can take it up from there. But you can take it from here. Okay, and open it. So as we go on Duolingo, I'll just show you. It's very interesting. And as you open it, you will be able to see how Duolingo can help you. So suppose I have decided to learn Hindi language. How much Hindi do you know? It's asking me.
It's very interesting app. I tried it.
I say I know some common words. It goes continue. So you want to learn Spanish, or you want to whichever language you want to learn. So I go with start from scratch. And so is this okay? I go on number 3 and I tick it. Let me see what is the answer. Check. Good job. Each mistake costs only 1 heart. So keep going. Next. So this is like I'm doing Hindi. I think you can do some other language, and you can further learn something which is of use to you. Yeah, so I would like all of you to learn a particular language. This is a task all of you have to do.
It focuses on translation also, ma'am.
Yes, you can translate, learn from translation. How many of you have mine? I had opted for Hindi, it's just not giving me any other subject right now. I'll have to go with. Has anyone else tried German, French, or any other language? French. So what do we say to good morning in French or German? Bonjour. All right. Wonderful. So I hope you all have learned how to use this particular tool, and it is personalized. It's an example of personalized learning, right? Moving ahead, we are going to have lots of such tools. So let's be quick on it. You already have its QR code with you on the hard paper, if not soft, then you can go back at home and practice. Student engagement through gamification. Engaging the technology education games. This is the era of educational games, not the games where we leave the children with their pressing things and they are playing games. This is the era of creating games. So when we think about letting children create games, their critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration, they all these C's come into play. So Microsoft has got this beautiful game called Minecraft, which has been quite a popular one. So gamification, you must understand the word games that comes to your mind is all teenagers hooked on to their games. But if in the early years, that is from primary itself, we teach them how to innovate tech-based events based on the problems that exist today. For example, pollution. For example, overpopulation of the country. Giving them these things, or making the earth greener, and tell them that they have to move from one level to another. This is the era of levels. Children like to take challenges. When they cross first level, they can move on to the second level and then to the third level. So gamification is about giving points for meeting academic objectives or letting them earn badges as they move ahead. So it will be nice, if we are able to give them these kind of tools. So moving ahead, I can show you one example wherein our children had prepared this particular Minecraft game where they came up with a solution for Taj Mahal becoming dark. So this solution had earned them
These are
prizes.
e-rickshaws which run on ethanol, hashtag run on ethanol. So these roads are a bit different than the ones on the polluted side. So they are accompanied by trees which reduce the pollution. You can see the number plate on these e-rickshaws. And also these lights are placed at a short height to the road. So what it does, it adds more light to the road rather than being at a height, and it reduces the amount of light.
Okay, the idea was to give you an insight that like this, using Minecraft, these structures were completely designed by the children themselves. And this video is on YouTube because it was sent to Microsoft as an entry for one of the competitions. Moving ahead, I'll show you. You already have the link for this.
Which
Yeah. So there is this education.minecraft.in. From where do we get it? You have that 9 grid on your Outlook ID. One of them is the education.minecraft.in.net, and through this you can enter Minecraft Education Edition, which is free. Now I'm just going to try and make you people go through how it can be done. So I have already downloaded this on my system. This is how it opens, Mojang Minecraft Education. So it asking me to sign in. It's already signed in. So how do we go? Here, there are my worlds and lesson library. In lesson library, there are some existing games. If I want to create a new game, and I go on the creative option, not the survival, and go on the play option, you can toggle auto jump. So there are 4 keys in this. With W, you can move forward. With S, you can move backward. With A, go to the left. And with D, you can go to the right. Now, it's going to give me an agent that's going to create and do the work for me. E is meant for giving resources. So as I choose the resources and I fill them up in these boxes which are there, 1, 3 and I will take this one, it comes up well. Okay. So I have to drop it and now I start playing. Now, if I go strike on 2, no, on 1, this is the birch planks. So if I click on right, this is how the world moves. So if I click on right, more areas will be created. If I click on left, they will be destroyed. If I click on third one, I'll be able to create more structures. You can see more structures. I can go out and more structures are created. And then if I go on 5, I'm able to create a hedge kind of a thing. Of course, it needs practice and children do it very well. Yeah. So I'm pressing on left and I'm breaking. And if I press on right, the right side of the mouse, then I am able to create this kind of a fence. One can create fences, one can destroy areas and create and build. So there is a lot of scope for children to think creatively, to come up with solutions for the problems which are troubling the world today with the help of these kind of games, which are very healthy. There is nothing wrong in telling the children to create games. It depends on IT teachers that how they make it more entertaining and educational. Next is Kahoot, which I think is a very, very favorite game with many of you. Its link is already there with you. And through Kahoot, you can make very interesting quizzes. And with the help of quizzes, the children can be excited to participate in classroom discussion. Like this, for every question that is created, there are 4 answers that one gets. As a teacher, you need to go on Kahoot, create.kahoot.it. Can you see that? So you already have it also with you. You can do it on mobile as well. I will just try to show you if I am able to and make you all play. Just not able to select this. Yeah. So here it goes. So this is the quiz that I have opened. If I want to make a new quiz, I can go on create. Many of you would have tried, but there are many of you who are new in the system, so it's a good idea that you have a look. What I've clicked on is host live. So now what the system is doing, it's going on classic mode and I'm going to start. And this can be played with the entire class on first and third Saturdays when the children are at home and you are in school. And all of you can log in right now. The game pin is 4151697. Manisha, share it in the chat. So all of you go on www.kahoot.it and then game pin is 6151697. It's visible on the screen. We already have Bhavna, Seema, Divya and Geeta Joshi in. 4 of you only. What about the rest? Okay, so shall we start? This is how we start. So when we start the game, today's quiz starts. It's a short one. I've kept only 2 questions just to give you a demo. And what does the image show? There is an image here. Does it show a garden, a road, a pipe, or a bridge? So only one answer has come. Rest of you, please put in the answers. So we have 10, 12, many answers coming in. 6 seconds left. It's a 20-second question. 3, 2, 1. You can see if you do that like this, the excitement level in the class really goes up very, very high. So we can see player limit is reached. It's asking me to upgrade. Now we move on to the next question. And similarly, the next question can be played. Yeah. Yeah. So I think many of you would have played. In the end, it also shows that who is the winner and who has got the maximum points. And mostly the students find it very engaging and they enjoy it like anything. So I'm just taking it. Yeah. So you got some idea. This is how we can make the students play Kahoot. They will enjoy a lot in class. The next skill is collaboration and social skills, for which I'm presenting a beautiful tool that is called storyboard. The children can create their own stories. So this is, again, there is a QR code given. What happens is when the children work in group and they are provided with a platform, those of you, if you remember, we used to have whiteboards, we used to have those kind of tools where everyone was on board at one place. So similarly, the collaboration and social skills can be enhanced with the help of technology. So here we have this storyboard. Yeah, you have already got a QR code for you to join in. So I'm going to open my this thing and show you how it is looking. Yeah. So the storyboard looks like this. All right. So it's quite interesting. You need to choose your kind of, like for example, in this case, I've already made, if I go on my dashboard, then you can import things from Google. You can also have different kinds of storyboards. You can create a new storyboard like this. When you want to take school, give your storyboard a title. What do I say? School is fun. Suppose I give this title and continue. So teachers can really select, this is the school we selected. Then in the next one, you can select some characters, speech bubbles. These are the characters you can start. It takes a little bit of practice. So here is the character selected. This is his front, right, back, left. And after this, you can select his front pose. And similarly, the host. Right. So we go ahead and we select different things and we can communicate our story in this manner as it is shown over here. I'm sure that these kind of stories can be created by teachers and they can excite the children. I'm going to show you one example. There is a graphic novel that was created by the teachers of our school in mathematics. So I'm ready to show you this graphic novel which we have created in our school with the help of storyboard. This is all that it is about. The topic is ratios and proportions. And I'll show you the story part. This is the write-ups. So here we have father, mother, child 1 and child 2. These are the characters taken. And then the child is thinking. Now here is the conversation happening. One day after dinner time, a proud father looks at both his children in admiration and says, children can be encouraged to use technology for creating beautiful stories. Here in this case, they can be doing it in collaboration. So they could all do their part, which can be pre-assigned by the teacher. So this is already made for mathematics on comparing and contrasting the ratios. So I hope you got some idea from this. Moving ahead. Yes. Now we come to the most significant thing of today, and that is creating videos, the ultimate creativity quotient with the help of Adobe. All these schools in Amity, with the blessings of Chairperson, have been trained, all teachers are trained. But we do not get very many videos created by them. So actually Adobe is for future leaders. They are for task enablers. They are for, capacity building in line with NEP. They are for capstone experiences and projects. So you already know that Adobe Express is a wonderful tool. So I'm just going to give you a demo, which all of you can also do it with me because you know what it is and most of you have done it. So just go on express.adobe, right? You can also use artificial intelligence to create new things with the help of Adobe. So there is a task for all of you. As we are doing it, you all should also be making something. So you can make a video, create a graphic, animate your voice, build a web page, or if you go down, there are various possibilities for using AI. And if I show you that whatever you make, my resources or my stuff, your stuff, whatever things you make, it remains here. These are the different, posters that I prepared for various things in my school. So these are already saved in here. These are the posters. We had the GST conference, so I had made my own posters. Teachers were all busy. Yeah, I mean, we all need to learn. So here we go back to from where we started. So there are lots of these options available. Now we have to go on the education section. When we go on the plus link, and over here there is an option for making a video here. This is what it looks like. All right. So I am going to give it a title like this, yoga, for example. And I am going to upload a few things that I have already saved on my desktop. So upload option is there. From upload option, you can go to the desktop. And here, if you have a few things saved, yes. So I am making a video on Panchkosha Vikas. This is a term which is used by new education policy, further used in National Curriculum Framework, which actually means using 5 types of holistic learning: physical, spiritual, psychological, etc. So my first slide, I have used this. Now I am using the second slide. I go on the second slide. And here again, I want to upload something. I go on this image. I like the image. I put it here. I increase the size. I want to write a text in this. So I go here and I write, yes, this is where we write the text. So yeah, you just need to set it. Add your text. Panchkosha Vikas. I'm writing. Now I want to give it a different layout, an arch layout. So I go on the arch layout and I do it like this because the teachers do it much better. They are faster as well. Okay. Then we go on the next one. Add another scene. Here, I would like to use maybe a video that I've already saved. And in the video, I don't want to use whole of it. I want to use selected portions. So I can always cut it down and make it less. This is done. Now I want to add audio to the whole thing. So I can upload from device an audio, or I can take it from here as well. This is the audio that I have selected. This audio goes right up till here. That's it. Now I can play it and check. Here, the video is ready. So this is how it will be. There will be some music. This space is going vacant, so I can extend it and make it better. The music should come up till here. So it needs to be practiced a little. Right. And then it goes ahead like this. The scalar moves forward and the video is ready. We can share it like this. And you can get a link, and the link can be given only to anyone with the link can see it. You can copy the link, you can share it on different platforms, and your video will be visible. So we can share it like this also. Some music, which can be better, of course. And yes, so here it is. And this is the link. You can share the link and be very, very creative. So with the link, you will be able to showcase the musical video that you have made. Pretty bad music actually, but can be better. You can always change it. The idea was make you all understand it's all possible, it's all feasible. It's only, you just need to think what you can do. Going back from Adobe Express, which I think most of you already do know how to do it, we come to now 21st century skills. Oh, you will say, oh, we do it every day. So the 6 C's of education, yeah, most of you are doing it. So you know that whenever we do an activity, either it is collaboration, citizenship, we're writing it in our diaries. But it is important that you have these focus for yourself as well. Because it's not just that we are making the children tech savvy, making them have 21st century skills. The teachers also need to be tech savvy. Now I'm going to just make you all listen to this story, The Selfish Giant. After this, there are 6 C's you need to tell me for which questions, which C will be used, right? So here goes, I think most of you have heard the story, it's a known story.
The Selfish Giant. There was once a giant who had a beautiful garden. Children loved to play in it, but the giant was selfish and built a high wall to keep them out. As a result, the garden fell into perpetual winter. One day, the giant saw a small child trying to climb the wall and realized his mistake. He tore down the wall, and the children returned, bringing spring with them. The giant learned to share his garden and found joy in the children's laughter. Moral: happiness comes from sharing and kindness.
Okay, so now we have some sets of questions. I would like you people to raise hands. One, how can your group work together to share ideas about the story? How can you ensure everyone's ideas are included in your final answer? Collaboration, wonderful. Why do you think the giant changes his mind about the children playing in his garden? What do you think would have happened if the giant never let the children play? Critical thinking, very smart teachers. Can you write a new ending for the story? What would you change? Creativity. What does the giant learn about being kind and sharing? Why do you think the little boys in... Sorry? Character building, that shows his character. Can you explain the lesson of the story in 1 or 2 short sentences? How would you describe the giant's change to someone else? Communication. And then are there rules about sharing spaces like gardens or parks in your neighborhood? citizenship. Very good. So we have just completed first part, then that is students' creativity. Now we come to curriculum planning with AI, second part of today's workshop. And this is going to be even more interesting. Can you imagine making a lesson plan for 40 kids or 30 kids, all of them having different abilities, different families, cultural background? And then, at times you feel that you can understand that the children's needs are different, but also have limitations of time. And then every second day, government keeps announcing closing down the school. So, what is the solution for this? We wish we could spend less time on making longer discussions and come up with some good, quick solution. So AI, that is artificial intelligence, is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. So what is happening is the way our neurons are working, similarly, the machines also have neurons. The more stimulus is given to them, they work, they are enhanced, and different combinations come up. So the humans learn to tame machines and make AI his or her best friend. We could really be the fastest human beings on earth. So therefore, reasoning, learning, solving problems, effective communication, all this is looked after by AI. So when we talk about AI integrated teaching, it's all about differentiated and individual learning. It's about virtual mentoring of the students. Many a times, most of you do the virtual mentoring also. The one-to-one counseling in grade 10 these days is happening virtually only. Tutoring and support outside the classroom these days. The children who are preparing for board exams, the 10th and 12th teachers are taking classes online with them in smaller groups, even during vacations. So empowered by data analytics for adaptive learning of students, universal access to all students. Now, irrespective of the borders, there is actually no border, no wall for any learning to happen in the world today. Now, this was one good thing that COVID did, or it taught us how to use technology. Curriculum planning and mapping. Now, I'm going to tell you that there are two interesting ways of doing it. One is app magicschool.ai, that's one tool, and the other is Khan Academy. So these two very effective tools are there. After I give you the demo, of course, you can do it side by side. You are supposed to log into any one of these platforms and you have to create a lesson plan for your class for a specific topic of your subject, your domain. So curriculum planning, what is it? I think you do it every day. Who would know it better? In Amity, such wonderful plans are made by the teachers, and now we have curriculum maps first being shared at the central level. Based on the curriculum maps, you all are doing your individual planning. So it's the alignment of the lesson with the objectives to reach certain outcomes. That's how you do the curriculum planning. So now, okay, the first thing is, so I'll just take, you all have been given these, yeah, these links are there with you. You can also come on board. You can scan. The one on the left is Magic School. So here we go. It's going to ask you to log in. Yeah, it's got very beautiful things. The rubric generator is another favorite of mine. So here you need to choose what is it that you want to do. You can make a lesson plan, you can make comments for a report card, you can make a multiple choice quiz, and worksheet generator, you can generate worksheets. No, it's not that teachers' creativity will die out. It's just that at times when teachers are getting overworked, they can use AI because AI also needs to be checked. It's not always perfect, but it gives you good ideas and suggestions. Now, first thing is it's lesson plan. Now, how do we actually make a lesson plan? Now, suppose I take professional staff or fifth graders, right? Fifth graders. So I am going to write the topic. Suppose I take fractions. And I attach with this, you can actually attach the PDF of your lesson. There is a attachment option. And I say, okay, mixed fractions. I write addition of fractions. Like this. Then more specific, you can additional criteria. So what is the criteria that I want to give or want to mention? What is it that I want to achieve? Every student must identify numerator and denominator. I mean, the more you write, the better it will be. Two, apart from other things. Standard set to, already it's given 6 C's. All you have to do is press the word generate. And the magic will happen. Here it comes. Understanding fractions. It's got a better word than what I wrote, only fractions, mixed numbers and addition. So it's giving you first. Yeah, obviously this lesson plan will not work for our lesson plan diaries. If you put it, I can see that it has been taken from one of these apps, but it gives you ideas like key points are for fractions, mixed fractions, addition of fractions, improper, proper fractions. How do we start? It's giving you idea that you can start with a fun video, cooking or sharing of pizza. Have you ever shared something with friends? It's asking you introduction to new materials. It's telling you explain the parts of the fractions, then it's giving you guided practice, it's giving you independent practice, it's also closing. So I have seen in most of the classes where I do the observation, closing is done in a very haphazard way. Closing is never done properly. So I was happy to see this, that even in AI, they are giving closing very beautifully. And there is an extension activity and there is a homework. You all have to do this right now and make one lesson plan and upload it on the Padlet which has been shared with you all. All of you take out your mobiles, use your mobile data, and please make a lesson plan. And you have only 2 minutes to make. Okay, the site. Okay, you want to know where do we go? So you can just scan this and move here. The left side, Magic School. Meanwhile, I'll move on to the next one, Khan Academy. Khanmigo tools, that's something new thing that he's come up with. Earlier, it used to be all paid, but now Khan Academy has come up with these tools which are free. Anyone can use it. Oh, yes, copy. So that was about Magic School, and we can revisit Magic School. I'm going to tell you how to make your own rubrics. So it's quite catchy and very interesting. I'm lost and here, okay. This is Khanmigo Tools, Khan Academy. Here you have booklet generator, some different themes and topics. But Magic Eye tools are very, very good. Learning objectives, it gives you multiple choice quizzes, it gives you lesson plan. Here we go to the lesson plan. So you get ideas and then you can adapt it. Here it is slightly different. You can create structured, detailed lesson plan. I hope you all are making while listening to me. So here, suppose I say food. Okay, no, it's not very readily available. Suppose, any idea anybody would like to share? Nutrition. So types of nutrition, that's for class 10, whichever it's got. So here, it's got some ready-made ones, which it is going to. So nothing, I just wrote a topic. And bingo, it's ready with everything. So. Lesson plan diaries can never be submitted late, I'm sure. Oh, Khan Mingo is typing. It's asking me to wait. Okay, please type. It's writing and writing and writing, and there is summary, and okay, thank God it's come to an end. So it's lesson plan types of nutrition. There is a learning objective. Students will classify different types of nutrition, including autotropic and heterotropic. Then there are learning activities. Then there are direct instructions for teacher, inquiry activities. Then there is exit ticket, how you differentiate between autotropic and heterotropic nutrition, teachers' resources, notable definitions, extensions, and all that. And there is a summary, warm up for 5 minutes, direct instructions for 15 minutes, inquiry activities for 25, review exercise for 10 minutes, and exit. So one of these two you all are supposed to do, and in the end, when I'll be opening the Padlet, whose link is already there with you all in the handout given, and get to see who has shared what. Moving ahead, these are the other tools, AI tools for administration, for classroom management, brilliant tools, Chat GPT, of course, everyone knows, but still many people don't use it. Some people think it's a very bad thing, it's really going to ruin me. Some people think that this is to be used by teenagers only. So maybe I think you can give it a try and use it, adapt it to your requirement. There is a co-pilot that is already there on Microsoft Outlook. It just helps you to achieve what you want to do. So all the other tools, Quillbolt is very good. It is to check the plagiarism. Whenever you find a child, like I asked my students to make digital magazines, class 8, they came up and the teacher said, ma'am, how are we going to identify? I said, you make 3 children as editors and tell them about Quillbolt. And through Quillbolt, they will paste what the other children have written. They'll be able to make out whether there is plagiarism. 10%, up to 10% plagiarism, it is allowed. So Quillbolt checks that. It also helps in paraphrasing. Then PowerPoint, of course, Speaker Coach. I think most of you are using it. We all use it when we're making PowerPoint. You can use Speaker Coach and AI generated slides are made. Then Canva, most of us are making Canva these days because we have to put them on social media. So all the teachers, whatever events you're doing, you should not leave it just on IT teachers like I didn't do. I made my own posters and for the social media, for the event that I did, my general studies. Then Speechify, Dell Edge, Magic Write, and all these tools are there for AI. Now, how IB uses AI in classroom? IB, that is the other board, other than CBSE that you all know, this hint was given to me by Dal ma'am herself. So I went ahead and I checked using AI to create an instructional video. So I think you all have got the idea how to prepare a video, how to generate a unit plan, how AI chatbots. I'm going to tell you now how to make your own chatbot. I'm going to demo it right now. And how AI can generate questions. You put a paragraph there on ChatGPT and ask it to make questions. And for writing paragraph, essay, framework. So all these things can be done. Now moving to the third section, hybrid teaching learning. I'll be going over 4 parts. Flipped classroom model, learning accelerator, which all of you are already doing, intelligent tutoring through AI, chat GPT, and making chatbots. So these 4 things we will do. Now, fifth classroom is something that we started way back, but I don't know why you people are not using. At least I don't see many YouTube links mentioned in the lesson plan diaries. So if I am not mistaken, so the fifth classrooms, as you all know, a day before, we are supposed to give a link. Remember, during, where is Sumati? During online times, we used to give them provocations to read through first and then only come back. Well, there was a specific word for it. Pre-read activities. Yes, pre-read activities were being done very seriously during COVID times, but somewhere it has taken a backseat, at least that's what I feel. So the flipped classroom is a brilliant way of sensitizing the children. Give them a link, a YouTube video link or any good video, because 1 to 5 does not use Moodle. So then these links, you can make your own videos using Adobe, and a day before give them the link, discuss the video in the classroom next day, and the very next day give them some work which is digitally inclined. So flip activity is that the classroom is you are using technology before and after the real classroom space. This gives the child some idea as to what the teacher is going to teach in class. So before class, we are having in class, the teacher will give the lecture, have hands-on activity. Before class, the flip classroom, or the link is shared, the child goes through that, browses through the topic beforehand, and is better prepared for the class. And after the class, the child can further use it. Now I had brought this.
And now it's time
for example,
these lovely orange, black and white creatures do
the video
absolutely incredible things. Found in North, Central and
of monarch butterfly. So if we give the students a link of how monarch butterflies live, survive,
South
this is
America
a
and a few other
good
places in the
video of
world, the
National
monarch butterfly
Geographic.
starts life by being born.
It's important that you give them good source videos, because parents also see the links that you give them. Because in juniors cases more so. So it's important that the link is good or from a good place, for example, National Geographic, and then the students can be asked questions on the next day. They will come pre-prepared and they will enjoy the
And now-
initial learning. Now coming to reading coach, I'm told by my HM that every teacher in 1 to 5 is using reading coach. Are you? Everyone. So then I don't need to demo if you're already using it. It's a free AI-powered learning accelerator from Microsoft. So this was brought in by Dar ma'am and Shalini ma'am and Kirti and all these people. So it's a brilliant tool. I've seen that children can really enjoy. And yeah, so those of you who are new to it due to certain reason, if you go on your team and you just need to go on assignment section, and after you go on the assignment section, then like you can already see I had used some research project over here, and there is a, you need to press on create. This option comes of learning accelerator. You can go on reading progress and choose a class where you like to create an assignment, or you can just go back and check that whether you want to check the speaker progress, reading progress. So after this, you will be able to, suppose I want to give this and I want to create this on this particular team, Swasti Wellness team. So every participant of this team will get this link. You can import a Word or PDF from here. So upload from this device. Suppose I say this, and I had kept one video for the hanging gardens of Babylon. So this is a passage, suppose. So I want to enter the reading level. Suppose reading level is 4 and genre is non-fiction. Time is 10 minutes. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it is for 6 minutes for grade 5. And the reading coach is on. Require video, yes. Next, like this, the passage will be, we can write the topic here and it will go to the person concerned. I write the instructions, read and record. The child is going to record it after reading, so I'm assigning it. So this will be received by all the children who will be there on the team. Since you people are already aware, we move ahead and we see what we do next. Reading progress, actually, why it is so good and important and we love it, because actually it shows the complete analysis of the words which were misspelled by the child, the words which the child tried to speak again, and also the words which need to be improved. It gives the feedback to the teacher how the child can improve. So this learning accelerator is brilliant. Now we come to intelligent tutoring. What does this mean? It means that every child can be given help in the form of additional inputs through chat GPT. That is, again, I would be asking you to create an assignment wherein you have to take a particular content, put it on chat GPT and ask it to convert it into an assignment, an MCQ type of assignment, right? So let's try this. The link of the scan is already there. Yeah. So here I go and I'm taking the link. How many of you are familiar with using chat GPT? Raise your hands. Okay, wonderful. Then have you created any assignments on this? Have you tried making assignments? All right. So our teachers are more capable because they have machines to support them. Why not? And they can tame the machines. Here I use the same passage, the hanging gardens. It is there. And now instruction that I'm giving it is convert it into MCQs with 4 options. So there it goes, MCQs based. This is how the assignment is created with the correct answer. The hanging gardens of Babylon were listed as part of which group, correct answer is there. So it's already got 4 answers. So making assignments will not be a problem at all. Coming next, can we create our own chatbot? What is a chatbot? When you go on different websites and as you approach the website, a pop-up comes from the site and it asks you, what can I do for you? So I think this kind of a chatbot could be there on our social platforms, our own website, our Facebook page, as well as Insta page. So if you learn how to create your own chatbot, so which is not very difficult. So all you need to do is go to snatchbot.me. This is the link and I've shared the scan also. Please go on it. And yeah, so I'm going to just demo it for you. Won't take very long, yeah. So this is the last demo. And after this, yeah, so Snapbot. So here we go. And its login is already there. So this is what the bot comes popping. Dashboard. I go to my bots. Here I create bot, blank bot. I go on uploading. Let me see which I did say one. Yeah, Robocop. I called it Robocop. So I'm calling it Robocop. Like this, you have to create a bot. You have to give it its description. And you have to create conversation between 2 people in a coding language. So it's not necessary that you need to learn how to do coding. A little bit of push and help can help you to write this kind of a bot message. Suppose I ask, hi, how are you? How is the weather? How is the weather? So this is the first text that is being created for the robot. Are you listening? Okay, good. So all teachers have to go back and make it up. Snatchbot 46, at least I can check. So here it is. Next, another new conversation add. So we have another message. Pleasant. Hold. Okay, so I copy this and I write it here also, so as the coding is done properly. After that, it doesn't take very long. Paste. Introduction. Done. I've come here. Then we go to connections. We have to form the connections here. So add connections. Response to this interaction. Condition is contains any part. Keywords are hold. I'm writing. Then I go on plus sign and add some more options to it. Custom words. One word only I add and I say save. Come back here. And I guess we are good to go. Okay, so this is the robot and this is how the conversation starts. Hi, how's the weather? Suppose I write hi again. Robocop will say, how is the weather? Suppose I say cold. Then it will give you the correct answer. That is, how's the weather? It will come up with better answers after your conversation with the robot improves. So you have to learn this technique of writing, coding language, and you can create your own chatbot. Coming to the last section, assessments, formative assessment tools. Okay. So assessment tools we have done in the past. I think most of you are familiar with this. Jumping. Okay. I think all of you know most of these things. Only one new thing is there, and that is rubric. The others links I have already given. I don't see many rubrics being made in school, at least in my school. So I would like all of you to use more of rubrics, which is a type of scoring guide that assesses and articulates specific components. And there's an activity I've given you that you need to generate rubrics. Rubrics is when you have a criteria, you have 5 levels and you take up something like a rhythm or a pitch on one side. For this, go to magicschool.ai and then there is a section in it called rubric. You can develop your own rubric. Quizzes.com has taken a backseat and going on the leaderboard, the class used to enjoy a lot during COVID times. So I think most of the teachers should once again revive this because this is a brilliant way of exciting the children, making them play in groups. Quizzes.com, mostly everyone knows. New teachers who have joined, the IT teachers can train them up. Answer Garden is again a brilliant way. I think I'm running out of time, so I'm not taking more time on this. So AnswerGarden.com is really a good way of collating different people's answers. Padlet. As I told you, I'll be showing you the Padlet link I have already shared in the handout. So I think I must do that. Yes, so this is the Padlet link and all of you can create Padlets. There are certain Padlets that are free. After 11 Padlets, you have to pay or you can redesign, remodel those Padlets. So after a certain number of Padlets, it becomes a paid one. So this is the Padlet. Oh, wonderful. A lot of teachers have shared. Transforming education with technology integration. Actually, I wanted to take your feedback on this as well. Let me know your commitment to transformation. Are you inspired to do the same? So you can add, okay. So lots of, just copy paste. It's not much of work, but yes, you all have done it. You have learned it. So there is no stopping now, definitely. Now, coming to another very, very important thing, I want all of you to pay attention to this, and that is professional development program that the government has already launched. We do a lot of PDP programs thanks to our chairperson, and then Anita ma'am is already, into it. But then there are a lot of government platforms which are not so, frequently visited by all of you. They all are very, very easily accessible. There are very good training programs. Now that some of us, the schools who are doing SQAF, that is SQAF, we have to fill in that how many teachers have done the training on Diksha platform, on Nishta platform, on Swayam platform. So first thing that you need to do is to go on Diksha platform with your school Outlook ID or your phone number. You can register yourself. After that, it's going to ask you particular questions which you may need to check your HR from your school. That, for example, for us, it is that within Gurgaon, which particular like Jharsa was the answer for this, I remember. Which particular district or code you're from, it's going to ask you that. You will be registered teacher on the national platform, Diksha platform. It can be done on mobile as well as on desktop or laptop. So I want all of you, because 50 hours is a lot of time. Though we do a lot of training within Amity, but I think it's very important for you also to stick out your neck and try these government platforms. The nation is going ahead in this. SWAYAM platform has got beautiful courses. I have myself done it, so I know. And then they are spaced out for 3 to 4 months. So you have to, assessment is there which you have to attempt. But then they give you, a lot of time. So unless you learn these things yourself, you won't be able to excite the students. So these links I have also written in the handouts. You can easily go back and have a look at it. So going further, I think everything is stuck now. So yeah, thank you. Wonderful. And this is every great dream begins with a dreamer. Our chairperson ma'am dreams of having a school or a group of schools where teachers know the best and they are most advanced, and then they are always upskilling themselves. So there is a QR code for the Padlet which I've shared. So give your feedback on this. I think there'll be some official feedback that you'll be giving, but this is for me to take back that if there was any good reflection by all of you. Thank you so much for being with me. Since this was digital, so there was a lot of mobile raising and picking and going digitally. I thoroughly enjoyed taking this session with all of you. Thank you once again.
That was a wonderful session and everybody was involved. I'm sure there are a lot of takeaways for them too. Because this is the first day, it's January, a very happy new year and a very dynamic start for all of us. I humble request all of us may be in a hurry, but the lunch is being done in the ground floor. The lift area, please, capital all, have lunch in the room. And it is rationed only for people. Official notes is there. Both the sides. One is for working. One is for leaders area and for our HR department, so that they can know what are the takeaways. Don't be in a hurry. The one who leave without food, and I'm sure no one is fasting, but that's very easy. Right, ma'am? They are.
We just had a very delightful session, one of Aarti's pet subjects, I think, because she is really expert in this. And she has given a lot of links, lot of tools to use. But let it not end here with this session. When you go back, please explore. And they always say that if you reinforce within 24 hours, you will remember everything. So today itself, try out the ones which you are a little apprehensive of, or you are not sure whether you understood it. When you explore, you will learn. Keep learning. What have we done? We don't know. we didn't know IT. I think most of us, even I think Aarti, when she started, didn't know IT. But it is when you explore and you work on it yourself, that's the time when you can learn and use it. So I really request you sincerely, go back today, try it out. Try at least a couple of you, 2 or 3. You may be a little tired, but try it out, because that's the only way that you can make use of today's session. Okay, so promise me that all of you, yes, because unless you have your first hands-on experience, you will not be able to get experience and know about these tools. So thank you very much. And as Mrs. Mohan said, please don't go without lunch. Thank you. Thank you, Aarti. Wonderful session, and thank PV for hosting the sessions today. Thank you.